What if I told you that just one sentence, just one repeated 100 times, could change the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you live? Would you do it? Would you dare to try? You see, most people wake up every day and repeat the same silent phrases in their minds. I'm not good enough. I'll never make it. I'm too tired. Life is too hard. And they wonder why they feel stuck. But today, I want you to break that cycle. I want you to grab hold of something so powerful that it can shake the very foundation of your life. And I'm going to give it to you 100 times. 100 times. That's all I'm asking you to say, something. But some of you will walk away without trying. Some of you will hear these words, nod your head, and then go right back to speaking the same old things that have held you down for years. But there are a few, just a few, who will take this seriously. And those few, they will see a transformation so powerful that nothing in this world will ever be able to stop them again. You see, most people don't even realize what's controlling their lives. They think it's circumstances, bad luck, or the way they were raised. They think it's their job, their past, their education, or the lack of it. But it's not. The thing controlling your life right now, at this very moment, is the words you speak. The things you tell yourself when no one else is around. The things you whisper in your mind when you wake up in the morning, when you stand in front of the mirror, when you face a challenge, when you fail, when you succeed. Some of you have been repeating words that have been destroying you. You say, I'm tired. And you wonder why you have no energy. You say, I'll never make it. And you wonder why doors keep closing in your face. You say, I'm just not that smart. And you wonder why you can't seem to figure things out. The words you speak become the chains that bind you. And every single day, you tighten those chains without even realizing it. But there's a secret. A truth that will set you free if you dare to believe it. The same way words have been holding you back, they can also be the key to your breakthrough. The same way you've used words to build a prison around yourself, you can use them to tear down the walls and step into the life you were meant to live. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not here to tickle your ears and make you feel good for a few minutes. I'm here to wake you up, to shake you by the shoulders and tell you that if you don't take control of the words you speak, your life will never change. You will wake up 5 years from now, 10 years from now, still stuck, still struggling, still wondering why nothing ever seems to go your way. But today, right now, this moment, you have a choice. You can keep repeating the same words that have been dragging you down, or you can make a decision to speak life, to speak power, to speak strength, victory, and unstoppable confidence into your existence. And you don't have to do it once or twice and hope for the best. No, you've been speaking the wrong things for years, maybe decades. It's time to fight back with everything you've got. I want you to say something, and I don't want you to say it once. I don't want you to say it twice. I want you to say it 100 times, because repetition is power. Repetition breaks through the barriers of doubt and fear. Repetition takes something from being just words and turns it into truth. A truth so deep, so unshakable that no challenge, no failure, no struggle can erase it. 100 times. That's all I'm asking. 100 times to declare who you really are. 100 times to drown out the voice of negativity that has been lying to you for far too long. 100 times to rewire your mind, reshape your future, and rewrite the story of your life. You can walk away from this moment and continue living as you always have. You can ignore this, let it pass by like another motivational message that feels good for a few seconds, but changes nothing. Or you can rise up. You can stand firm, look yourself in the mirror, and start speaking the words that will set you free. You have a voice. Use it. You have the power to shape your destiny. Speak it into existence. Say it loud, say it strong, and say it 100 times. Not because I told you to, but because your future, your dreams, your very life depends on it. Words have power, more power than you realize. The words you speak are shaping your life right now, whether you know it or not. They are building you up or tearing you down. They are making you stronger or making you weaker. They are pulling you toward success or pushing you toward failure. And the most dangerous part, most people don't even realize it. They walk through life speaking words without thought, without purpose, without understanding the force behind them. They say things like, I can't do this. I'll never be good enough. This is just the way things are for me. And then they wonder why nothing changes. They wonder why life feels heavy, why every step forward feels like a battle, why every dream they've ever had seems just out of reach. But the truth is, the battle isn't out there. It's right here. Right in the words they speak, the words they repeat, the words they allow to take root in their minds. Words are seeds. Every time you speak, you are planting something in the soil of your future. Some of you have been planting the wrong things for years, maybe even your whole life. You've been saying, I'm not smart enough, I'm not strong enough, I don't have what it takes. And you've been watering those words, feeding them, letting them grow. And now when you look around, all you see is doubt. All you see is fear. All you see is limitation. But let me tell you something. You can change the harvest. You can rip those weeds out of the ground and plant something new. But it's not enough to do it once. You can't just say, I am strong one time and expect your whole life to change. No! You have to speak it again and again and again. You have to declare it over yourself so many times that no doubt, no fear, no past failure can stand against it. You have to take those words and drive them so deep into your soul that they become a part of who you are. Look at the people who have changed the world, the people who have risen from nothing to greatness, the people who have overcome impossible odds. Do you think they got there by accident? Do you think they stumbled into success? No. They spoke it before it ever happened. They declared victory when they had nothing. They spoke strength when they felt weak. They spoke confidence when no one believed in them. And they did it over and over and over again until their words became their reality. But most people won't do it. Most people will hear this and say, that's too simple. That's too easy. Just saying something won't change my life. And that's exactly why they stay where they are. Because they don't understand the power that is already in their hands. Let me ask you something. If I told you that saying something 100 times a day could change your future, could rewrite your story, could break every chain that's been holding you back, would you do it? Would you take that challenge? Or would you let doubt creep in and say, that won't work for me? Because let me tell you something, it does work. It has worked for generations. It has worked for the strong, the successful, the unstoppable, and it will work for you. But only if you're willing to put it into action, only if you're willing to take those words and repeat them, not once, not twice, but over and over again until they become the foundation you stand on. Some of you have spent years listening to the wrong words. You've let the opinions of others shape your mind. You've let the voice of negativity take root in your soul. And now it's time to fight back. It's time to take control. It's time to speak words that bring life, words that bring power, words that pull you out of the pit and set your feet on solid ground. But it won't happen if you're silent. It won't happen if you let doubt win. It won't happen if you walk away from this moment and do nothing. You have to speak. You have to declare. You have to take hold of the words that will change your future and say them with everything inside you. Not once, not twice, but 100 times. There is a battle happening right now, and it is not in the world around you. It is not in your job, your family, or your circumstances. It is happening inside your mind. It is happening in the thoughts you think, in the words you speak, in the beliefs you hold about yourself. And some of you have been losing this battle for far too long. Some of you have been trapped, not because you aren't capable, not because you don't have potential, but because you have been speaking the wrong words over your life. Every time you say, I can't do it, you build a wall. Every time you say, I'm not good enough, you tighten the chains around you. Every time you say, I'll never make it, you step deeper into a prison of your own making. And the worst part, you don't even realize it. You don't even see how the very words coming out of your mouth have been shaping your reality. You don't even recognize that the limitations you feel, the fears you battle, the struggles you face, so many of them have been fueled by the things you've been speaking. But today, something is changing. Today, something is shifting, because you are going to open your mouth and speak something new. You are going to take control of the words that have been controlling you. You are going to stop speaking weakness and start speaking strength. Stop speaking failure and start speaking victory. Stop speaking fear and start speaking courage. Because the moment you change your words, you change your mind. And the moment you change your mind, you change your future. Some of you have been living under the weight of words spoken over you by others. Words that told you you'd never be anything. Words that told you you weren't smart enough, strong enough, talented enough. And without even realizing it, you took those words and made them your own. You repeated them, believed them, let them sink deep into your soul. And now, every time you face a challenge, those words come back like a voice whispering in the back of your mind, telling you to give up, telling you it's not worth trying, telling you that you're just not the kind of person who succeeds. But that voice is a liar. That voice is not your future. That voice is not your destiny. And the only way to silence it is to drown it out with something greater. The only way to break free from those old words is to speak new ones, louder, stronger, over and over again, until they are the only thing you hear. You have a decision to make. Will you continue to speak the words that have been keeping you down, or will you rise up and declare something different? Will you let the past keep writing your future, or will you take hold of the power that is already inside you and use it to create something new? Because let me tell you something, nothing will change until you change your words. Nothing will shift until you open your mouth and start declaring the truth about who you are. Not the lies you've believed, not the doubts that have held you back, but the truth. The truth that you are strong, the truth that you are capable, the truth that you have everything inside of you to break free, to rise up, to step into the life you were meant to live. But you can't just say it once and expect everything to be different. No. You have to say it again and again and again. You have to say it when you wake up in the morning. You have to say it when fear tries to creep in. You have to say it when the voice of doubt whispers in your ear. You have to say it when you feel tired, when you feel weak, when you feel like giving up. You have to say it until you believe it. You have to say it until it becomes the foundation you stand on. You have to say it until there is no room left for doubt, no space left for fear, no chance for failure. And that's why I'm telling you, say it 100 times. Not because it's a magic formula, not because the number itself matters, but because repetition is what breaks down strongholds. Repetition is what rewires your mind. Repetition is what takes an idea and turns it into a belief. Takes a belief and turns it into a conviction, takes a conviction and turns it into an unstoppable force that nothing in this world can shake. Most people won't do this. Most people will hear these words and go right back to speaking the same things they've always spoken. Right back to, I'm not good enough, I'm not strong enough, I'll never be more than this. But I believe there are some of you listening right now who are ready. Some of you who are tired of being stuck, tired of feeling trapped, tired of living below the potential that is inside of you. Some of you are ready to take control, ready to break free, ready to step into something greater. And if that's you, then this is your moment, right here, right now. Open your mouth, take these words and say them. Say them loud, say them strong, say them 100 times until they take root, until they grow, until they become the very thing that drives you forward. Because your future depends on it, your dreams depend on it, your destiny depends on it. There is something powerful about the human voice. It is not just sound, it is not just noise. It is the very expression of who you are, the declaration of your purpose, the force that shapes your reality. And yet, so many people go through life never realizing the power they carry within their own words. They speak without thinking. They repeat the same old phrases they've heard all their lives. They let their circumstances dictate their language instead of using their language to change their circumstances. And because of that, they stay trapped in the same cycles, bound by the very words they speak. But I am here to tell you that the words you choose to say are not just expressions of how you feel in the moment. They are seeds you are planting for your future. Every single word you speak is doing something. It is either building you up or tearing you down. It is either strengthening your resolve or weakening your spirit. It is either pushing you forward or pulling you backward. You cannot speak words of defeat and expect to live a victorious life. You cannot fill your mouth with doubt and expect to walk in confidence. You cannot keep saying, I can't, I won't, I'm not good enough, and then wonder why you feel powerless. Some of you have been repeating the wrong words for years, maybe even decades. You have told yourself you are not capable, that you are not worthy, that you are not meant for anything great, and after saying it for so long, you have come to believe it. It has become part of who you are. But let me tell you something. Just because you have spoken something for years does not mean it is true. Just because you have believed something your whole life does not mean it is right. The only reason those words feel real is because you have given them power. And if you have the power to speak yourself into defeat, then you have the power to speak yourself into victory. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep speaking the same words that have held you back, or you can make a decision right here, right now, to change the script. To stop using your voice to keep yourself down and start using it to lift yourself up. To stop repeating the lies that have kept you bound and start declaring the truth that will set you free. And the way you do that is by speaking the words of strength, of power, of confidence, not just once, not just twice, but over and over again until they take root inside of you and become the foundation you stand on. Some people think words don't matter. They think all that matters is action. And yes, action is important. But action always begins with belief. And belief is shaped by the words you speak. If you don't believe you are strong, you won't act with strength. If you don't believe you are capable, you won't step forward with confidence. If you don't believe you are worthy, you will settle for less than you were meant for. But the moment you change your words, something shifts inside of you. The moment you begin to say, I am strong, I am capable, I am more than enough, something comes alive in you that no circumstance, no failure, no opposition can take away. But you can't just say it once and expect your entire life to change. You can't just whisper it under your breath one morning and think everything will suddenly be different. No, you have to declare it. You have to repeat it. You have to drive those words so deep into your soul that there is no room left for doubt, no space left for fear, no chance for failure. You have to say it 100 times if that's what it takes. You have to say it when you feel strong and when you feel weak. You have to say it when life is going well and when everything seems to be falling apart. You have to say it until it becomes your reality. There are some people who will hear this and ignore it. They will hear the challenge and walk away unchanged. They will keep speaking the same words, keep believing the same things, keep living the same life. But there are others, maybe just a few, who will take this seriously, who will understand that words are not just sounds, they are power, who will realize that their future is being shaped by the words they speak today. And those few, they will be the ones who rise up. They will be the ones who step into strength, into purpose, into victory. I don't know what words have been spoken over your life. I don't know what you have been telling yourself all these years, but I do know this. You have the power to change it. You have the power to open your mouth and speak words that will shift your reality. You have the power to take hold of your future by taking control of the words you say today. And if you are willing to do that, if you are willing to make the choice to speak words of strength, of power, of confidence, not just once, not just twice, but 100 times, then there is nothing in this world that can stop you. There is something happening in your life right now, whether you see it or not. Every single day, you are shaping your future. You are setting the course for where you are headed, not by accident, not by luck, but by the things you choose to believe and the words you choose to speak. And some of you don't even realize the weight of the words coming out of your mouth. You don't realize that every time you say, "I can't do this," you are building a wall. Every time you say, "I'm not strong enough," you are tying your own hands. Every time you say, "I'll never make it," you are standing in the way of your own success. But you don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to live one more day speaking words that hold you back. You don't have to keep repeating the same things that have kept you small, kept you afraid, kept you from stepping into the greatness that is waiting for you. Because you have something powerful inside of you, something stronger than your past, stronger than your failures, stronger than anything that has tried to break you. And it's time to let it rise. Some of you have lived too long under the weight of words that were never meant for you. Maybe it was something someone told you when you were young. Maybe it was a label the world put on you. Maybe it was a voice inside your own head telling you that you don't have what it takes. And you believed it. You repeated it, you let it take root in your heart, and now, when you look at your life, you see the evidence of those words everywhere. Fear where there should be confidence, doubt where there should be faith, defeat where there should be victory. But listen to me, you do not have to accept those words as your truth. You do not have to let them define you one more day. Because just as words can tear down, words can build up. Just as words can chain you, words can set you free. And today, right now, you have the power to speak a new word over your life. To say, "I am strong, I am capable, I am more than enough." To declare, "I will not be held back. I will not be defeated. I will not let the words of my past dictate the course of my future." And if you say it, if you believe it, if you repeat it again and again until it takes hold of you, there is nothing that can stop you. But you have to make a choice, because the words you speak are shaping you whether you realize it or not. They are either lifting you up or pulling you down. They are either moving you forward or holding you back. And some of you have spent years reinforcing your own limitations without even knowing it. Every time you spoke weakness, you became weaker. Every time you spoke fear, you became more afraid. Every time you spoke doubt, you made it harder to believe in yourself. And now it's time to reverse that process. It's time to take hold of a new truth and speak it until it becomes the very foundation you stand on. Not just once, not just twice, but over and over, 100 times if that's what it takes, until it is written so deeply into your soul that no doubt, no fear, no failure can ever erase it. Some people will hear this and say, "It's too simple. Just saying words can't change my life." But that's exactly why they stay where they are, because they don't understand that their words are not just sounds. Their words are energy. Their words are power. Their words are creating something every time they speak. The people who rise, the people who break through, the people who overcome impossible odds, they understand this. They don't speak what they see, they speak what they believe. They don't speak according to their circumstances, they speak according to their destiny. And they don't just say it once and hope for the best. No, they declare it over and over until the whole world has no choice but to bend to the reality of their words. And that is what you must do. If you want to break free from the words of your past, if you want to step into something greater, if you want to unleash the full force of your potential, then you must speak it. You must declare it. You must take hold of the truth about who you are and say it with everything inside of you. Not once, not twice, but 100 times, until the only voice left inside of you is the voice that says, "Yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes, I am ready to step into the future that is waiting for me." There comes a moment in life when you have to decide who you are going to be, not based on where you've been, not based on what others have said about you, not based on the mistakes you've made or the struggles you've faced, but based on the power that is inside of you right now. Because let me tell you something, you are not powerless. You are not weak. You are not a victim of your past or your circumstances. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you've ever imagined. And the moment you start speaking that truth over your life, everything will begin to change. Some of you have been waiting for a breakthrough, waiting for something to shift, waiting for something to finally go your way. But the truth is, you don't need to wait for anything. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need the perfect circumstances to line up before you start believing in yourself. Because the power to change your life is already inside you. It's not out there somewhere in the future. It's not in someone else's hands. It is within you right now. And the key to unlocking it is in the words you speak. If you want to see change, you have to speak change. If you want to see strength, you have to speak strength. If you want to see victory, you have to speak victory. Not just when things are going well, not just when you feel motivated, but every single day, over and over, until your words become so strong, so unshakable, that nothing in this world can move you. Some of you have been speaking words of defeat for too long. You've been telling yourself, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have what it takes. And every time you say it, you dig the hole a little deeper. Every time you repeat it, you make it harder to climb out. But you don't have to stay there. You don't have to keep repeating the same words that have been holding you back. You can make a new decision right now to speak something different. Because the words you speak today are creating the person you will become tomorrow. And if you want to become someone stronger, someone bolder, someone unstoppable, then you have to start speaking like that person right now, not later, not when you feel ready, right now. You have to take the words of weakness and replace them with words of power. You have to take the words of doubt and replace them with words of confidence. You have to take the words of fear and replace them with words of courage. And you can't just say it once. You can't just whisper it under your breath and expect everything to change. No! You have to declare it. You have to repeat it. You have to say it over and over, 100 times if that's what it takes, until those words are so deep inside of you that no amount of fear, no amount of doubt, no amount of struggle can ever take them away. And I know some of you are thinking, but what if I don't believe it yet? What if I don't feel strong? What if I don't feel capable? That's exactly why you need to say it, because your words have the power to shape what you believe. Your words have the power to turn doubt into faith, fear into courage, weakness into strength. You don't wait until you feel strong to say, I am strong. You say it first, and then the strength follows. You don't wait until you feel confident to say, I am confident. You declare it first, and then the confidence rises inside of you, because your words are not just sounds, they are a force that moves you, that shapes you, that creates the reality you will step into. Some people will never understand this. Some people will go their entire lives speaking words of limitation, words of defeat, words that keep them stuck, and they will wonder why nothing ever changes. They will wonder why they never reach their full potential. But you don't have to be one of them. You don't have to accept that kind of life. You can rise up. You can take control. You can decide right now that from this day forward, the only words coming out of your mouth will be words that build you, words that strengthen you, words that move you toward the future you were meant to live. And when you do that, something will shift. It won't happen all at once. It won't always be easy. But if you keep speaking it, if you keep declaring it, if you keep repeating it over and over, then one day you will wake up and realize that the person you have become is the person you have always wanted to be. Strong, confident, unstoppable. Because the words you have been speaking have built you into exactly that. You have heard the words. You have felt the power behind them. And now the choice is yours. Because at the end of the day, no one else can speak for you. No one else can shape your destiny. No one else can declare your strength, your purpose, your victory. Only you can do that. Some will walk away from this moment unchanged. They will hear these words, nod their heads, and go right back to speaking the same things that have kept them bound. But there will be others, a few, a powerful few, who will take this challenge seriously, who will understand that their future is being built one word at a time, who will rise up and say, I will no longer be held back by doubt. I will no longer be controlled by fear. I will no longer let my past define me. From this day forward, I will speak strength. I will speak power. I will speak victory. And I will say it 100 times, if that's what it takes, until it becomes the very foundation of who I am. And when that happens, when those words take root, when they become unshakable inside of you, there is nothing that can stop you. Not your past, not your failures, not your circumstance, because you will have built yourself into someone who cannot be broken, someone who cannot be defeated, someone who walks through life with confidence, knowing that they have the power to shape their own destiny. So I ask you one last time, what will you speak? What will you declare? What will you say? Not just once, not just twice, but over and over again until it becomes the truth you live by. Because your words are creating something right now. Make sure they are creating the life you are meant to live.